Because on the topic of the NFL, there are now being because obviously Tom Brady won his seventh Super Bowl, which is more than any other franchise team in the league.
Wow.
People are now he's won more than the New England Patriots themselves.
Jesus.
He's literally he's insane. But like people are now starting to make the statement that he's the greatest athlete ever to exist.
No, I just don't think that's
Do you
the
not think
case.
so?
No, I think there's footballers. I think there's just other people who are just, I don't know, better athletes.
I saw a
I
stupid
thought Michael
comparison, and it was
was there a popularity thing? Because I've seen one about how people saying he's more popular than
Cristiano
he's the
Ronaldo.
most popular athlete in the world. I'm just thinking, outside of America, yeah, we sort of know who he is, but we don't. He's not. We don't care
Yeah,
particularly.
I think that's more
I
to do
mean,
with the NFL. Like, I think the rest of the world's like sort of attitude towards the NFL. Though.
it's
I think
like
that's
saying, like Serena Williams, like just because she won the U.S. Open or whatever, Women's Open, she's suddenly the greatest athlete, or Megan Rapinoe or something like that. Like, there's so many other like factors to take into when looking at American football. I mean, yes, if you really want to go into it, in American football, you start out at high school level, you basically play your entire life, and you risk so much, like way more injuries than you would in the UK when it comes to their football or soccer or whatever you want to call it. I know, right? Soccer. Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there's like a 0.07% chance of any given high schooler going into the NFL. And so, like, seriously, there are 50 states. There's there's like millions of
It's hard to
colleges
get
and
in.
high schools. Exactly. It's very, very hard to get into the NFL.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's gotten this far and he's that old, I think that's why people are saying that. But also, it really depends on what kind of skill level you think football is. Because I've seen, some things saying that like sometimes high schoolers play better than some NFL teams.
Yeah,
And who knows, maybe there's some sort of corruption. And I'm not saying that there is corruption, but I'm saying that what if there's like some sort of background going on where like they've been asked to throw the game, just like how some wrestling matches are thrown. Like, oh, I fumbled. Oops, give me a $10,000. Like that sort of thing. Because if you look at it, they're being paid multi-million dollars a year, more than the American surgeons, and it's like, do they really deserve that money? Are they really the greatest athletes in the world? Is that really the best way is that really the best you can call them?
yeah. I think with Tom Brady, I don't really think that his position, like Lewis said before, I think it was Lewis who said it, like his position itself doesn't really require a lot of athleticism. It requires more precision, mentality, tactical awareness, and all that. And I feel like in terms of athletes, probably Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi are probably the greatest, simply because of what they've achieved and the fact that they are absolutely aliens.
Michael Jordan, I think, is up there as well,
Oh,
because
Michael
he pretty
Jordan.
much just, if he hadn't have retired, he would have won more championships than Tom Brady has.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is why we're not going to bring in people like Lewis Hamilton, because they're not athletes, they're drivers.
Oh, wow.
You just opened a can of worms there. Jesus Christ.
I think the more specific point should be like different sports have different like physical requirements that you have to
Exactly.
do.
And
I
the thing
can
with
play
F1 is
volleyball. I can play volleyball, but I'm not expecting me to start for Preston next week,
Yeah.
you'd probably do a better job than some of the players.
Yep,
I know,
definitely. Like, go on, Cody. Like, what do you think then? Like, out of my comment, do you not think F1 drivers are athletes?
No, I believe F1 drivers are real athletes.
So do I.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have to do a lot of training, but And I'm not going to be one of those who say, "Oh, they just drive the best cars and all that." Like, I
You
believe
just
there's
drive in
a
circles.
yeah, no, I believe there's a lot that goes into F1, and that's why I respect it a lot. That's why I want to start watching it. But can you inform me then of what the athletic,
So I think the main element that doesn't get seen, obviously the training, because we don't see that, but it's because the cars have no suspension, they have to do a lot of training on their neck. So they have to do training where they might pull 6G on their neck, and we saw
well, that's the
and we saw,
force measurement, isn't it? Like force.
again?
Is that like
Yeah.
force? Yeah.
Yeah, and so we saw in the very unfortunate crash of Roman Grosjean last year, like his crash was
crazy.
his crash happened at, what was it, 37G, 32G, something like that.
Fucking hell.
So like these cars, whilst they're like, yes, they go at like 300 miles an hour, it's not like they're like unfit. They might lose 5 kilos during a race.
Jesus. Alright, you know what? Fair enough.